Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day, y'all, every single day. You are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Hey, I want to appreciate everybody who's tuning in. I want to appreciate everybody who's going to be tuning in the future. I thank everyone. I want to thank all the members. And if you want to become a member of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, go to my homepage of my YouTube channel, follow the directions, and you will be welcomed to the team. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, and get Gamecocks Talk wherever you get your podcast. Could be Apple Podcasts, could be Spotify, could be Google, could be whatever different method that you get your podcast. Tune in to your man, Captain Will. Hey, it's shot o'clock. It's 8:01. It's shot o'clock time. We got a storm coming down on the East Coast, and my folks are probably going to get about 8 to 10 inches of rain. Here in Charlotte, we talking about 3 to 5 inches, 5 to 7 inches, whatever the total is. But it's shot o'clock right now on August the 7th. Shot o'clock, and it's time to enjoy. It's time to talk some Gamecocks. It's time to have a good time tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. So cheers to everyone. Shot o'clock tonight, whatever your drink of choice. Tonight we're doing some Josh Prosecco. So good, so delicious, and so refreshing. Cheers. Let's go. We got to go with today, y'all. I said we got to go with today, y'all. We talking about Te-Hina Paopao. I already got my Te-Hina Paopao shirt on. Got my Te-Hina Paopao shirt on because I'm an honorary member of the family. I'm a part of the family. I'm Captain Will Oos. That's who I am. Yep. That's who I am, and I'm proud of it. Love the family. Love the welcoming me into their own family. And I never forget that cookout we had that I was a part of, I should say. Just great food. Oh my God, so much food. It was just amazing. Just amazing. But Te-Hina Paopao is tonight's discussion as she prepares for her last chapter at the South Carolina women's basketball program, the three-time national champions, okay? Te-Hina Paopao, okay? And what is next? What is next for the best shooter in the country? And I say that over and over again because some people don't resonate with that. Some people don't even realize, and you talk about fans of South Carolina, don't realize that we literally have the best shooter in college basketball. And I'm going to hear stuff from other players, because everybody watch Captain Will, everybody fall in love with Captain Will. That's just how it is, right? So, but I'm gonna hear some stuff about Michaela Williams. I'm gonna hear some stuff about Juju. I'm gonna hear some stuff about Hannah Hidalgo. Man, it's a book. I have so many different players I know I'm gonna hear about. But these are just the facts. Te-Hina Paopao is the best shooter of the basketball in college. Ain't nobody better. And she announced that she was going to return to South Carolina on March the 4th. She said she's coming back for that 5th and final season. She said she about to go do it one more time, run it back to see if we can win another championship. She said, okay, I can wait on the W. I ain't got to go to the W right now. It's cool. It's fine. It's going to be there. I want to run it back with the ladies and win this championship again. But you know what irritates me? When we talk about Te-Hina Paopao? When there is mention of the greatest players in the country, Te-Hina Paopao's name isn't to be found. I don't get that. I don't understand that. I don't see why, how is that a thing? But what gets me even more, when you're talking about the greatest players in the SEC, Te-Hina Paopao sometimes an afterthought. It made me so upset last season. Some people must have forgot about the greatness of Te-Hina Paopao. But one thing that actually makes me so mad, so upset, so mad is that fans of our own basketball team, the three-time national champion, forgets about Te-Hina Paopao, how good this young lady is. Like, like we're doing starting lineups. And folks were like, oh, no, Te-Hina Paopao don't need to be in the starting lineup no more. She don't need to be in the starting lineup no more. We tried that. Yeah, we tried it. We tried it. We won a championship. It makes me mad. I'm just letting you know it makes me mad. It makes me mad, folks. Let's revisit a couple things. Let's revisit a couple things when it comes to Te-Hina Paopao. Te-Hina Paopao was ranked 11th in the class of 2020 recruiting class, okay? Ranked 11th. Now, this was a star-studded recruiting class, so we're going to have to rewind it back. Rewind it back about 5 years, okay? Te-Hina Paopao was ranked 11th, and she was the 4th guard. We're like, who was ranked ahead of Te-Hina Paopao? Then because this was the COVID. This was the COVID year. So there wasn't no McDonald's All-American game. No, she didn't have an opportunity to increase her stock and to be her because there wasn't no McDonald's All-American game. Everybody was locked up with the COVID. Everybody was stealing toilet paper. Everybody was hoarding out paper towels. You know, it was just a crazy time, taking all the water, all these crazy times. We all been through it. We went through COVID. We know what went down. But she didn't get the opportunity. But she was 11th ranked in the country. 11th ranked in the country. And this class had the likes of a Paige Bueckers. Had the likes of an Angel Reese. Had the likes of a Cameron Brink. Had the likes of a Caitlin Clark, a Kamilla Cardoso, a Hailey Lith, a Deja Kelly. Had so many great names in this class. Special class. I would say over the past 5 years, and I have to go back 10 years, but for sure, the last 5 years, that was the best recruiting class by far. By far, it ain't even close, in my humble opinion. Te-Hina Paopao went to Oregon, which at the time had the #1 ranked recruiting class. Oregon was supposed to be the next South Carolina. It didn't work out that way because everybody left. But Te-Hina Paopao stayed. She stayed with Oregon and did all kinds of things. Did all kinds of things at Oregon. And you're talking about Paopao at Oregon, 2020 to 2021, all Pac-12. We're talking about freshmen now. Freshmen. 2020 to 2021, Pac-12 all freshman team. 2021 to 2022, all Pac-12 once again. Two-time all-conference at Oregon. She was special. She was awesome. And her 1 year at South Carolina, all SEC second team. Why she was on the second team, I don't know. All SEC second team. Te-Hina Paopao averaged 37 games, 37 starts, 27 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, less than 2 turnovers. She had an outstanding year for South Carolina. Outstanding year. Shooting 46% from the field on 9 attempts. Shooting 47% from the three-point line on 5 attempts. What? 85% from the free throw line. This was Te-Hina Paopao. And we forgetting about her? Is that what we doing? You can't do that. There's no way. You cannot ever forget about Te-Hina Paopao. I'm be singing from the rafters and from the rooftops, the joy of having a Te-Hina Paopao on this basketball team. And she decided to come back. She could be playing in the W right now. Well, not right now because, we're in the Olympics. But you know what I mean? She could be playing right now. During this season, Te-Hina Paopao was 5th in total assists. What in the world? That's what she was. 5th in the SEC in total assists. Remember, we start 2 point guards, not just one. We start 2 point guards. And I know when Coach V. Don Staley came out last year and said, yo, Raven Johnson and Te-Hina Paopao are the best 2 league guards I've ever had. That's what she said. I know folks are looking at it crazy, and I looked a little side eye a little bit myself. Like, whoa, we got some wonderful rotations of point guards in this era of the Don Staley. But it proved out to be true. 5th in total assists, 9th in assists per basketball game in the SEC. What? NCAA, first in 3-point field goal percentage. First, not 10th, not 20th. And some of the quote unquote the greatest shooters who's ever lived, that's where they finishing. First at 47%. She don't shoot a lot of 3-pointers. She shoots 5 a game, but she hits half of them. You have players who shot 12 3-pointers per basketball game last season. 12. You're talking about almost 2.5 times more than a player like Te-Hina Paopao. And the basketball world crowns her as the best shooter. You can't be the best shooter of the basketball if you're shooting 38% just because you shoot a whole bunch of them. You can't do that. It don't make sense. We talk about a Juju Watkins who averaged 27 points last season. She shot 41% from the field, 31% from the 3-point line, but she shot about 8 of them per game. That's how you get all those points. You're talking about the most efficient, best shooter in basketball. Can you imagine the Paopao shot 12 3-pointers a game? 12 3-pointers. You hit half of them? Because that's pretty much what you got to do in this era of basketball. You got to shoot a whole bunch of 3-pointers in order for you to get noticed. You got to get okay. Like if she came out this season, and Coach Staley said, yo, you can shoot 10 3-pointers per basketball game. 37 games, 10 3-pointers per game. She will light the record books on fire. Swoosh, just like that. But folks be saying, oh my God, look at Te-Hina Paopao. Oh, she's lights out. She's oceanside. She got all these acronyms. She the same player. She would just be shooting more. And our other players won't be shooting as much. Like, some folks are trip. Some folks are a trip. I don't get it. She was second in the SEC in 3-pointers made. Second in 3-pointers made. What? SEC first, number one in offensive rating. She was number 1 in the SEC in offensive rating, which means she the best. The best. Her offensive rating was like 128 point something. I mean, it's just special. Please, and please don't ever forget the greatness of a Te-Hina Paopao. Don't let it happen. We are blessed to have this young lady on this basketball team for one more year before she goes to the W. We're blessed. She shot 47%. What if she shoots 49% this season? What? We don't appreciate greatness until it's gone. We don't appreciate what we have until it's gone away. We have 2 years of Te-Hina Paopao in a Gamecock uniform. 2 years. I'm telling you, great shooting like this don't happen often. It don't happen often. And you got a player like Te-Hina Paopao who also increased her defense. She will let you know that she increased her defense. I'm talking about right now, on August the 7th. Captain Will is saying right now, the preseason All-SEC Player of the Year better be Te-Hina Paopao. I'm saying that right now on August 7th. She is the best shooter of the basketball. And she better be the preseason All-American pick. All-American, All-SEC pick. She better be. Or I'm going to lose my damn mind. I'm telling you right now. I am. She deserves that. There ain't nobody better. They're going to get some. You gonna hear all that. Nisa Morrow. Oh, she is really good. Nisa Morrow is really good. She is not Te-Hina Paopao. She just shoots more. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Let's go through a few of these questions that we have tonight. Let's go a few of these things. Go a few of them. And I appreciate everybody for chiming in. You can be anywhere. You can do anything, but you hanging out with your man, Captain Will. Margaret W. Margaret W, what is up? What is up? What is up? How are you doing? How you doing? And Donovan, what's up? What's up, my brother? It's hilarious, but Paopao is the best three-point shooter in college ball, period. It really just, I don't understand. I don't understand. We are infatuated. We are obsessed with numbers, and I'm obsessed with numbers too. But I'm obsessed with numbers analytically in a way of efficiency. And I have this debate with fellas from time to time. Like, okay, what do we actually want? What do we want? Do we want a player? Do we want a player who shoots a lot? Or do we want a player who shoots a lot with a lower percentage, or do we want a player who is efficient and the ball actually goes into the basket? That's what I want to know. Which one do we want? Because we can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. If you're saying who's the best shooter is Paopao. And it's not a conversation that anybody can have because the data speaks for itself. She is the best shooter. I would take Paopao over in a three-point contest. Three-point contest. Paopao over anybody in the country. Easily. It's not even close. When she goes to the W next year, y'all better watch out. The folks who are doubting Te-Hina is going to be looking crazy. I'm telling you. Shakim said, I don't want Paopao to start lineup. I'd rather have Tessa. I definitely don't want Bree Hall in it too. Lay need to replace Bree. Joyce need to start over Ashlyn too. Shakim, what's up? I ain't heard from you in a minute. Hope everything is doing well. And thank you for the comment. But bro, I'm just got to say this right here. And let's start this from the beginning. I don't want Paopao in the starting lineup. I'd rather have Tessa Johnson. Tessa had a great end of the season. She was a great freshman. Okay. A great freshman. But and obviously I can't speak for Tessa Johnson at all. But I mean, come on. Tessa would say that Te-Hina Paopao is a better player at this stage of the game because she's a fifth-year senior. She's all conference multiple times. And she's literally the best shooter. Tessa Johnson is an incredible shooter and will be the second best shooter once Powell goes into the league. But Tessa got a lot of room to grow because that as well. It's just semantics, you know what I'm saying? And then we're talking about I definitely don't want Bree Hall in it. Lay need to replace Bree. Joyce need to start over Ashlyn too. Okay. And y'all know already, I love me some Joyce Edwards. I've been rocking with Joyce for several years. Okay. Love her family. But do I need to do a show talking about forgetting about Ashlyn Watkins? Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow about Ashlyn Watkins and disrespect that she's receiving. And I was upset last season when she didn't get the accolades that she deserved, having the lowest defensive rating in college basketball. But folks, don't look at the analytics like that. Okay, it's fine, whatever. But Joyce has not played a minute in college basketball. Not 1 minute. She's played phenomenal basketball internationally. Multiple gold medals. She dominated high school basketball for the past 2 years. Dominated. She ended up being, in Captain Will's heart, the #1 player in the country. And some recruiting metrics proved that out. ESPN did not. But she was #1 player in the country. But Ashlyn Watkins is the truth. She is special on so many levels. She's the truth. And Joyce will be the truth. But everything will be figured out during the summer, you know. But I don't see a scenario of Joyce starting over Ashlyn Watkins, because I believe Ashlyn Watkins will be the starting center for the South Carolina Gamecocks. You would see potentially over the next couple years a Joyce Edwards possibly starting at 3. She's that special and so versatile. But no, not yet. Not yet, bro. Not yet. Paopao is a superstar. This is from Deborah Streeter. What's up, Deborah? Paopao is a superstar, excellent shooter, excellent communicator, strong force on the court. All true. All true. When Powell came over from the West Coast to South Kakalaki, the home of the sweet tea and the pig feet, you know, that's what we do. You know what kind of change that is? What kind of change for a young lady to come over from the West Coast to the East Coast? We never discuss. We never talk about those changes that these young people do with transfers. Okay, transfer. This is a West Coast. This is a West Coast kid. You know what I'm saying? Coming over. You know, I remember when PCS, Permanent Exchange Station, when I was in the military, and I left South Carolina, and they sent my butt to Fort Drum, New York. You think about the closest you can get to Canada, the closest you can get to Canada, that's where I was. And I was, what, 20? 20 years old? Now, Powell was a little older than me, and went further than me. You talking about I went 14 hours, 15 hours from my folks. So the change is different. The change is different, and we have to respect that change. But she came into South Carolina as a leader, as a grown-up in the locker room. That was Powell. So special. So special. Deborah Streeter, what's up? What is up? That's what I'm talking about. She Kim says Ashlyn is the 5. Joyce needs to start over Kits at the 4. Again, I will reiterate what only thing I can go by is what I see. And revisionist history, and it kind of works out for me. Chloe Kitts, who I believe had, who was recruiting young Joyce Edwards when they played together with Team USA, and has something to do with Joyce coming to South Carolina. Kitts is a young player herself. She's a young player herself, and she averaged 9.6 rebounds. And sometimes it goes unnoticed. Sometimes it goes unnoticed what she did for South Carolina. She was definitely one of our better defenders in the post. She was. And last year's team, she was the 3rd best defender in the post. Number 1 was Ashlyn Watkins. Number 2, Kamilla Cardoso. Number 3 was Chloe Kitts. Joyce just showed up this summer. Chloe has proved to me that she deserves to start. She's proved to me. Again, I love Joyce Edwards. Make no mistake about it. I have been tooting the horn, toot, toot, of Joyce Edwards for 2 years. But I don't think she's a start. And she's not concerned about starting. The interviews that you've seen, the interviews that you read or heard, she is not concerned about starting. She is concerned about contributing to the basketball team. That's what I love about Joyce. She's an ultimate team player. And brilliant. It's like, let's run this thing back. No, let's change nothing. This the Chicago Bulls back in, in the 90s. 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, you know what I'm saying? When the only break that it was when Jordan went to go play some baseball. This is it. You run this thing back until it can't be run no more. That's what you do. So we had to start lineup. You just rock with that, and then we fill in accordingly. But I don't see in this situation, and she can't, I love you, my brother, but I don't see the situation where we can change up like that. I don't see it. The time will come. BJ Reynolds, what's up? What is up, BJ? Tessa, Laila, and Joyce need to wait their turn. Why fix what's not broken? You what? BJ, you saying you're speaking the Gamecocks gospel. I'm just telling you. You are speaking it. Ain't no rush. It's not other teams where you jump the point in line. You don't do that. Tessa, Full Wiley, Lay with the Butter, and Joyce, all going to be amazing superstars for the University of South Carolina. But there's a pecking order, right? That's what makes South Carolina so great. There's a pecking order because everybody was great. Everybody was top 10 or top 15 or top 20 in the country. Everybody. Tessa was 25th. Lay was 13th. Joyce was number 3. But we are ready to jump over players who have done it before because, we like change, though. We like change. We like change. We are people who love change. We want to see something change up, even though it's working. We like, oh no, we got to fix this. We have to fix that because we need some change. We need to change our lineups. I'm playing NCAA football 2024, right? I'm playing that football game, and my wife been smacking me over the head. Like, boy, you playing it too much. I say, baby, I've been waiting this game for 10 years. I'm just saying, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. But I get into the game and everything, and I be like, hey. I'm like, okay, am I supposed to change up my lineup just because I got new players? Sometimes I do because I want to see what a Dylan Stewart can do. I want to see all these different things. But not for the three-time national champions who are undefeated, 38-0. No. We don't want to do that. I want no parts of that. No parts of that. Listen, we had a lot of transfers in this season. Lots of transfers in this season. And much like last season, I don't think the transfer portal was as deep this season as it was last season. But, we have to keep an eye. We got to keep an eye on certain players who transfer to other schools. One reason, because some of these schools are going to be playing. Yeah, some of these schools are going to be playing. And some of these schools got better very fast. Very fast. One of these schools who went far in the NCAA tournament last season was Southern California. Southern California, West Coast, LA, They have the number 1 recruiting class. The number 1 recruiting class this upcoming season, a player who I love, Kennedy Smith, has joined Southern Cal. I love Kennedy Smith. She's a straight up baller. She Kennedy Smith reminds me somewhat of a player that we had at South Carolina. She reminds me of Bree Bill. I'm not gonna lie about that. She reminds me of Bree Bill. She reminds me of Bree Bill, but better offensively. But that's what she reminds me of. But the transfer, Kiki Irafen, Southern California, okay? Is going to that other USC to win a championship. There ain't no other reason. She's going there to win a chip. And she had a great season last year. Great season. She played alongside Cameron Brink, who was having a wonderful season in the WNBA before she got injured, for the year, tore her ACL. But Kiki Irafen averaged 19 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. She was a baller. And some projections got her being the 2nd overall pick in the WNBA draft. She's going to do special things for Southern Cal. And Southern Cal is going to benefit from that. But who's going to benefit the most is one Juju Watkins, who ain't going to shoot 22 times per basketball game. Because here's the thing that people want to talk about. Skipping the line, Kiki Irafen is a better player than Juju Watkins. Yes, she is. She is. At this point of the game, at this stage of both of their basketball careers, she's a better player than Juju Watkins. But that's going to make Juju more of an efficient basketball player going into her sophomore season. Another player who we actually going to be playing is Laila Phelia. Laila Phelia transferred to Texas from Michigan, and we're going to be playing Michigan on November 4th, but she was a baller at Michigan. She was a baller at Michigan, averaging 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Another guard in the rotation for Texas and Vic Schaefer. It's going to be amazing. We talk about our guard rotation at South Carolina with Raegan and Powell and Tessa and Full Wiley and Maddie. We have Bree. We have special guards on this basketball team. But Texas got some dogs. I'm just letting you know. Texas with Laila, with Rory Harmon coming back from an injury. She back. Jordan Lee, if you don't know Jordan Lee, I want her for South Carolina, but she went to Texas. She is a baller. And we all know who Madison Booker is, who set the college basketball world on fire this past season. Texas is going to be a problem. Texas will be a problem this season for South Carolina as they move in to the SEC. Can't wait to see that. Raegan Beers is another player. And she going to Oklahoma. And Oklahoma is also joining the SEC along with Texas. It's going to be some good battles this season with because we all like change, right? Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC is going to be wonderful for all sports. But a player like Raegan Beers, who plays so well at Oregon State, 18 points, 10 rebounds, will complement Liz Scott, who is returning from an injury. Raegan Beers is a great player. She is a great player. And Oregon State was decimated, after the season. But Oklahoma welcomed her with open arms. The fourth one isn't as much as a power player, but she is one to recognize because of what the media has made into a darling, right? Now we're talking about Iowa. So Lucy Olson is transferring from Villanova. Now Villanova, she had a spectacular year. 23 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. But this is the first time where she's actually stepping up. She's actually want to play with the big dogs. She is stepping up to a Power 5 conference, and we're going to see what she has. Eyes will be on Iowa early on to see how they react, how they recover from the Caitlin Clark era. So I think this young lady going to have so much pressure on her that she's not deserved, but she's a good player. But she is not Caitlin Clark, y'all. Don't get all twisted and crazy. Lucy Olson is a good basketball player. But players like Caitlin Clark don't grow on trees up in Iowa, okay? I'm just saying. It just don't happen that way. Some of the better players in the state of Iowa are bouncing out of Iowa. But that's another subject for another day. The final one we're going to discuss is Janiah Barker. Janiah Barker is at UCLA, who we will be talking about, who we will be seeing later in this season in November doing our West Coast swing. Janiah Barker is no stranger to the SEC. She averaged 12 points, 8 rebounds with Texas A&M. We saw her. And she's a baller. She's a good basketball player, really good basketball player. And joining the UCLA Bruins and creating a amazing front line with the Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts is a special player. And you're going to have a sister joining UCLA next season Sienna Betts, who's right now the number 2 ranked player in the country. Number 3, number 2, whatever is your flavor. But Janiah Barker is going to be nice for them. She is. UCLA in November is going to be good. We had the release of 5 actual dates for basketball games just recently. And I did my little Captain Will way in terms of some of the opponents that we're going to be playing in those 5 games that was released, Wofford and Charleston Southern, not too much of a fan, but it's keeping everybody, it's keeping the South happy, it's keeping South Carolina happy. We're gonna spread love. We're gonna spread the love, and I can't wait to see it, But we still play UCLA at UCLA. That's huge. We still play UConn at Colonial Life Arena. That is huge. We'll be playing Texas, home and away. Come on. LSU, Colonial Life Arena. We open up with Michigan and North Carolina State up here at the crib, I'm curious to see where our starting lineup in terms of the strength of schedule. I'm curious to see where we, in terms of strength of schedule, because all the top teams play some schools, who are lesser than them. Not all the top teams play schools who are, have those high net rankings, but the teams I just mentioned will have high net rankings, will be soaring, which will help our strength of schedule. And the strength of schedule, if you don't know, that helps the seeding. And Carolina hasn't had no problem with seeding because it's number 1 overall seed, multiple years. But for some of those other teams who play bums and teams they have nobody business playing, when you ain't got no business playing no Job Corps, you ain't got no business playing some of these community colleges, you ain't got no business playing Midlands Tech. That's wrong. That's wrong on so many levels. It's wrong. But somebody hit me up, such and such hit 40-some points. They play Midlands Tech. Come on now. No. Michaela Williams hit 42 points. Like, no, the team she played was horrible. We got to put context with every situation. Context matters. Let's go through a few more questions. The time is like really flying by tonight. I love it. Really cool. Let's see. Donovan said, that's what I love about Paopao. She doesn't take bad shots like most players. What's up, my guy? She doesn't. You take efficient shots. Take great shots. And with Carolina, who's top 3 in offensive rating, we are a very efficient basketball team. We take great shots, we play great defense, we block shots, we rebound the basketball. That is the winning picture for Carolina. Our teams don't have that picture. We beat you up with depth. Some folks don't do it that way. Some folks will shoot 30 3-pointers in a game. When we play TCU shoots crazy 3-pointers. Crazy. They were top 5 in attempts at 3-pointers. And now they added Hailey Van Lith. They're going to shoot so many 3-pointers. Now defending is a different situation. But everybody's different. But Paopao, who was my second favorite player on this basketball team, is, and I'm real territorial. I'm real territorial about my own now. This is like, we're not going to disrespect nobody on this basketball team. We're not going to disrespect no Paopao. Ain't going to happen. Nope. Kimberly Paige. What is up, Kimberly Paige? What is good? I think Paopao might go down as the best shooting that South Carolina has had so far. I think you're right, Kimberly Paige, and what is up, my sister? I think that when it's all said and done, Paopao going to make records at the University of South Carolina that ain't going to be broken in terms of 3-point percentage, 3-pointers made, efficiency. that won't be broken. I love me some Tessa Johnson. We got a glimpse, a sample size of what she's going to do as a shooter. But Tessa is a 6'1" defender, shooter of the basketball, a joy to actually hear speak. Tessa reminds me of that tea time with Tessa. I just can't wait for it to back again. I just just so special. So special. But Paopao, we will go down. We will look back at 2023, 2024, and 24, 25 as being the era of the three-point shot at the University of South Carolina. Make no mistake about it. Our team completely changed when Paopao arrived at South Carolina. Completely changed. We were ranked in the mid 100s in three-point shooting percentage. Ladies and gentlemen, we shot top 3 in the country in three-point percentage. That is called the Te-Hina Paopao factor. That is what it is. She changed the narrative. She changed the algebra. She changed how we look at Carolina basketball. You had to defend us differently because of Paopao, because Raegan increased her three-point percentage, because Tessa Johnson showed up and showed out. Malaysia Fulwiler had a decent three-point percentage, but Paopao is what moved the needle. That's what moved the needle. So many great. Alan Pavon, what's up? What is good? And thank you for being a member as well. Cap, it ain't broken. Don't fix it. Start the same players. Same 5 players. Ashton Payson, Kamilla, then rock and roll. I feel the same way, bro. I feel the same way. Don't change nothing. Keep it going. Keep it going. When we show up in Las Vegas, and if you ain't got your tickets yet, you better get them. You better get them. You talking about, it's August the 7th. We're going to be playing November the 4th. It is ticking down, y'all. Ticking down. Get your tickets. If you're able to go to support the Gamecocks in Vegas, the first game of the season, do so if you're able to. Now, a good portion of my folks are 50 and over, so let's scrape with them pennies. Let's go down there. Let's support our ladies. Let's support our ladies. They need that love. For the ones who went to Paris last season, that was amazing. I should have went so badly, but it's just crazy. Support our ladies. Alan Payne also said we need to develop the center position behind Sanaya and Ashlyn to attack. I think she is the key for us to completely dominate. Brother, I agree with you completely. Adele Tack is, and if you follow Adele Tack on Instagram or Twitter, she is literally having her best life, and she is a joy. But she is also a 6'5.5" change the game type player for South Carolina. She is going to be so good for Carolina. So good in so many ways. So many ways. And it's not a rush with her because she can overcome an injury. It's not a rush because she has so much depth at the power forward / center position. Lauren says Raven to Chicago. I would absolutely lose my mind if Raven Johnson goes to the Chicago Sky and joins Kamilla Cardoso, who she has been playing basketball with for many years, even before the University of South Carolina. Okay. And one of her besties in Angel Reese. That would make me so happy. So happy. And you know, Raven is what she is. But I just some of the passes that be going to Kamilla Cardoso, I'm like, oh, come on, man. Raven could have made that pass. Sometimes I'm just getting upset. I'm like, man, Raven would have easily got that pass to her. She's been doing it for so long. So long. Kimilla Paige said, but this is Alan Pavon, but I respond, trying to replace a 6'7" dominant center with a 6'3" power forward might be tough. Kimberly, what's up, my girl? We're not replacing Kamilla Cardoso. I think that's some of the things that we gotta remember. We aren't replacing Kamilla Cardoso. Kamilla Cardoso did not replace Aaliyah Boston. Okay, it didn't happen that way. It was literally the next person up. It's next person up, and make no mistake about it. If we compare sophomore years, Ashton Watkins just completed her sophomore year. Ashton Watkins' sophomore year was better than Kamilla Cardoso's sophomore year. Well, her sophomore year was better than Kamilla Cardoso's sophomore year. The trajectory of a player like Ashton Watkins is out of this world because she's the most athletic player, one of the most athletic players in the country. Okay. Now, Kamilla Cardoso, you can't teach 6'7". 6'7" is 6'7". But Ashton Watkins does it differently. And you don't have to have a 6'7" center to be dominant. You don't. Not in college basketball. They are very rare. Very rare. But with that being said, Ashton Watkins is very rare as well. She goes into the court, and you know that she's the strongest one on the court. You know she jumps higher than anyone on the court. And she's working on her game. I think that Ashton Watkins this year, it will let the world know that she is the best defender in the country. I believe that. I believe the defensive ratings that she put up last season will continue to this season, even with increased minutes. And she will make a claim as being the best defender on the best defense in the country. Much like Kamilla Cardoso did last season. But here's the thing. Defensive rating to defensive rating, Watkins was better. Kamilla Cardoso played more minutes, but Watkins' defensive rating was lower. Watkins had more total block shots than Kamilla Cardoso. Now, she played more games, obviously. But Watkins at 6'3", averaging almost 3 block shots a game. That is something incredible. Something incredible. Who watched the Olympics today? Who watched the Olympics today? And obviously, I can start with the Team USA women's basketball team. You know, winning in the quarterfinals. A'ja Wilson doing A'ja Wilson things. Another double-double, 20+ points, 10 rebounds, couple block shots, doing what she does every single basketball game. Making a statement that she is the best women's basketball player in the world as they go to the next round and challenge for a gold medal. Okay. But we're not going to talk about that. Salute to the queen, especially that commercial she got now showing off all, nobody, the commercial with showing all the trophies and the greatness with Nike. And A'ja Wilson, salute you, girl. Do your thing. But we're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Quincy Hall. Quincy Hall, and this is the cool thing, the great thing about the Olympics. You have people watching the Olympics who ain't never watched a certain sport before. You just watch it every 4 years. You got different sports in the Olympics that I didn't even know was in the Olympics now. With the breakdancing and the handball and so many different. I don't know how many sports in the Olympics, but I love track. Love track. Track is one of my favorite sports, and I watch track during the season, probably every couple of weeks, because there's so many track events in the Diamond League, and they have all these different, invitationals and all this stuff. But I wife and I, we watch. I would dare to say I watch more track than football. That's close. That's close. Football is longer, but I love track. And this young man, Quincy Hall, who's from the University of South Carolina, and let the world know previously when he was at South Carolina, dominating the national scene, dominating the SEC, who he was. Now, Quincy Hall has not been running the 400 long. He ain't been running the 400 long. He just started running the 400 a couple years ago. The world saw what track folks and Gamecock fans has known for a long time, and that Quincy Hall is a straight up dog. He is the gold medal winning track star in the 400 meters. He won. And it's not like a surprise to that degree. I knew that he was getting top 3. I did. I knew he was going to get top 3. But the way he came back was like 4th place. And the grit that he showed on his face, and make no mistake about it, because we hear a whole lot of stuff about the fastest man, the fastest woman. And we say that the person who wins the 100 meters is the fastest man or the fastest woman. And that's cool. That is what the media likes saying, because we say the fastest man or woman in the shortest event, right? The 400 meters, you are literally sprinting the whole time, one time around the track. 400 meters is a widow maker. It will bust your heart. That is how hard the 400 meters is. That you want to show the best combination of speed, endurance, and physicality. It is running the 400 meters. And Quincy Hall came back the last 50 meters, showed everybody watching the Olympics of who the hell he is. Quincy Hall is him. Give that man so many commercials, give that man so many endorsements, and you know he from the crib showing up at the Olympics with gold teeth. I was like, what in the world? I was like, this is your time to shine, brother. Do what you do and make Carolina proud. Make Carolina proud. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. You're now rocking with the best. You're now rocking with the best, y'all. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.